I got Twisted Cryptids in. It's made by Unstable Games. And for those that know the channel, I actually like Unstable Games. And I know there's a lot of hate for them and some of their games aren't great, but so far I've been having a lot of fun with them. Twisted Cryptids was a interesting campaign, and like most Unstable Game campaigns, which I wonder why they get a lot of hate, and I know it's because they're always selling like minis and plushies and extra stuff. If you get the base game stuff, it's not that bad. I don't exactly remember what I paid for this, so I'll have to go check that out. I'm pretty sure I got this on Game Founder or Kickstarter? Probably Kickstarter. But anyways, I got the exclusive edition of the core, the exclusive expansion, which I don't know if that's ever going to go to retail, and then this nostalgic wilderness board, which I don't know what it was. I don't remember if I got extra. They did 2-wave shipping, which I hate, but whatever. And luckily, I didn't have to pay any tariffs on it. Hopefully, no one's been paying tariffs on lots of board game stuff. So far, I have only been hit with one that's like $5. But what do I know about Twisted Cryptids? I got it because it's adorable. It's freaking adorable, and it's the main reason I get Unstable Unicorn games. I know, there's some weird childlike wonder to me. But from what I understand, reading the rules, this is a game of hide and seek. It supports up to 6 players. There is a 2-player variant with it. It's a little odd, but all it does is remove a spot. But I didn't realize it was going to come with these really neat covers. The camera doesn't seem to like it. But let's show off some of the reasoning here. I believe this is called a lenticure. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. But that's really neat. I like it. It's cool. And look how cute they are. We got Pokemon things again, because that's what Unstable Unicorn does. And it goes all the way around the back for reasons. But it is just a plastic sleeve. That's a neat idea. So a little basic on the back. It's a little story about being cryptids out in the woods, and you either want to surprise researchers, scare off hikers, or elude hunters, I guess. But we have 82 action cards, 18 event cards, 20 hidden trait cards, 12 Terracide cryptid cards, 6 standard, and 6 lenticure, 54 sighting cards, 18 hiding spot tokens, 6 cryptid meeples, 36 humanoid tokens, 1 first player token, 1 wilderness board, 18 double-sided myth tokens, 1 sinkhole token, 1 unicorn meeple, 6 chaos magic cards, 1 camp van mini, 1 hunting rig mini, 1 mobile lab or meeple, 1 UFO meeple, 1 Terracide UFO control panel, and 7 alien activity cards, 9 card dividers, and 1 rulebook. I've noticed a lot of Unstable games too. When they're exclusives, they're black boxed. Sadly, no art inside the cover. But here's our rulebook. And like most Unstable games, this one's actually fairly easy. As I recall, yeah, it's 8 pages of rules. I guess it's really 6 pages of rules because we have our component listing. But Unstable makes some really beautiful cards and their art. We have a breakdown of the components. And something I thought that was actually kind of cool was, besides the bios, a full breakdown of all the expansions that came with it. The Unicorn Frenzy Mini, the Field Trip Mini, the Alien Invasion Mini. A lot of variety out of it. Cool beans. I think that's what kids say these days. We have this board here. I actually think this is a cool idea. I didn't expect this. But the goal of the game is that you're going to put out 3 hiding tokens, and you're going to hide into parts of the woods, and depending on what they're going to have trappers, researchers, or hikers and researchers, and they're just going to load up the game board. And your goal is to basically be exposed with your deck of cards. You're going to have 3 decks of cards placed out, and you're going to flip them over when you're exposed, and you're going to get bonuses or penalties depending on how many researchers, hunters, or some other things happen, I guess, hikers. Wasn't really what I was expecting, but it also kind of simple in its premise, because it does fit what cryptids are. They're kind of invisible creatures that are elusive, or they're just hallucinations. Well, in the core box, we got Bigfoot. Oh, and all of them have special abilities. Bigfoot lures 2 humans. The Chupacabra here Big scares 2 humans. The jackalope squeaks, attracts 2 humans. The loveland frog, I don't know this cryptid. Gulp, lure 1 human, attract 2 humans. The mothman, I know who he is. Stare, attract 1 human and scare 2 humans. And then we have Nessie, breach, strong lure 1 human and draw 1. And then we have this alien UFO abduction card. I am not sure exactly what this says. I'm pretty sure it's some type of code. I'm not good at that stuff. But if you know what it is, let me know what it says. And then, of course, we got these really cool Lenticure cards. I like these. They are paper on plastic, which I was hoping they'd be fully plastic. But, I don't know. I think Chihuahua was pretty cute. So is the jackalope, of course. The Loveland frog. I can kind of take them or leave them. I do like how the teeth show up. The Mothman. And then, of course, Nessie. Nice little bonus things for exclusives. The components. This is a first player token. It is a little thin, but it's still made out of very good wood. These are tokens I was kind of surprised by. We have the little camper van. This is a chunky piece. This is almost like a ½ inch piece of wood. The research van. The hunter's big rig, because that's what hunters have. We all have trucks, apparently. UFOs, and a unicorn. That's a little bit glittery, I think. It's kind of hard to pick it up. But they're nice and thick. I believe the retail version is going to come with cardboard tokens. These are all wooden tokens, and from what I've seen, they're going to be put all over the board. And then we got all these score point thingies. So that's fun. The meeples themselves, they're not very detailed. I was hoping they'd be a little bit better shaped, but they're big and they're easy to grab. This game really does feel like it's meant more for children. And I know Unstable does some weird stuff with kid games, because most of their games are not really meant for kids, but they kind of are. And we got these like secret objective cards that allow you to basically get bonus points if you did the objective. Reveal your real deals, revealed real deals, quantities, you get bonus points, and your whole thing is just collecting points. And then it has some make your own. Kind of neat. I never use those, but it's appreciated. We have a divider here. I believe everything's going to fit in sleeved. I got to sleeve all this stuff to see how well it's going to fit. And then we got our 9 plastic dividers, I believe. And they are plastic. They have that nice little mountainous terrain thing that military people like to do. I think it's kind of cool. I didn't realize they were see-through. That's pretty neat. But we got 9 of these, but they are not labeled, which I don't know if that matters. That's what's in the base box. And of course I have to say, Unstable has this really cool token system. Oh, I forgot about this sinkhole token. All this does is, in a 2-player mode, is you put it on a random spot on the board, and it means no one can go there. Basically cuts down the amounts of places you can hide. But I do like the built-in token component trays. Of course, at the end of the video, I'll have everything packaged up and see how well everything fits. But in the meantime, let's get off to the expansion. Here we have the Cryptid Culture. This introduces a new mechanic with cults. I guess cults worship cryptids. I'm not really sure. And this cover's not as creative as the front one. Not as much stuff going on. Again, the back's kind of bland. But it adds 21 action cards, 6 event cards, 4 hidden trait cards, 4 tower-sized cryptids, 2 standard, 2 Lenticure, 18 siding cards, 6 hiding spot tokens, 2 cryptid meeples, 6 double-sided myth tokens, 12 cult tokens, 6 cult information guides, 3 card dividers, and 1 rulebook. Nothing in there. In this rulebook, we have the new Lizard Person from 1988, I guess, and the Jersey Devil from 1909. But we got our layout, the new setup, which is literally just 2 pages, and then how the cults work. Not too clear on the ritual thing, just because this number, I don't know if you have to have your influence token there, but we'll get to that. So the Jersey Devil here, he's a little adorable cutie, isn't he? He makes a deal, extract 2 humans and draw 2. And then we have this lizard person. It's like a baby Godzilla. Act casual, attract 1 human, draw 2. Their regular tarot variant cardboard. Here are our new influence tokens for the cults. There are 6 cults. They will move around the board, and they got 2 tokens each, 1 for the board and 1 for the cult board. More scoring tokens, so we can support more players, I guess. And then our hiding spot tokens, our card dividers, our deck of cards, our new hidden trait cards. They didn't add any other play modes to this except the cults, apparently. And then we have these cult boards. I think there was 6 of these, yeah. You got 6 of these cults. 1 token goes here. Now, this is where it was kind of vague about the rituals from what I was reading. Ritual 1, it's the same for all the cult members, but Ritual 2 and 3, I don't know if your influence has to be there because it goes to 5. I haven't read all of them, so I'm not exactly sure how this fully works with these spots. But it's neat. Little breakdowns on the back that tell you what they want to do. Kind of weird that you have a cult of attraction, and a cult of hunger, a cult of might, and a cult of mystery, and a cult of passage. With the cult of whispers. I have no idea what these do with cryptids. I suppose the Jersey Devil might be one that has followers. Oh, it's a little odd. Last up, I have this nostalgic wilderness board. I have no idea what this was until I opened it up, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Are you a fan of Unstable Unicorn games? Because if you are, you're going to love this board. And it opens up just like the other one. But here, we have the Shadow Vortex, the Happy Little Place, the Unstable Skies, Elemental Forest, Nosy Neighborhood, and Slayer's Cave. Now, I know that's here to slay for the Slayer's Cave. The Shadow Vortex, I believe, is casting shadows. Happy Little Place is Happy Little Dinosaur. Unstable Skies is Unstable Unicorns game. The Elemental Force is Commanded Nature. And then Nosy Neighborhood. This is the game I don't know off the top of my head. But I imagine it's another one of Unstable's IPs. But that's the only difference. It's cosmetic. I don't think there is a setup difference. Yeah, they were lazy. They just changed the art. But it does add some neat variety, especially since it's all chaotic and it kind of fits how Unstable does their things. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I don't know if I'll add it to the 2025 giveaway. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in me adding this to the 2025 giveaway. And for the viewers that don't know what the 2025 giveaway is, I get a lot of stuff. I don't want to keep a lot of it because it takes up space. I don't resell. I'm hoping to give it away for people that missed out. But let me know in the comments if you want me to put this in the 2025 giveaway. If not, I'll just use this as an alt to this. Welcome back. Got done sleeving everything and organizing everything with the base box. I do not have the card sleeves for these. They're bigger than Mini Euro. I gotta look them up. I'm probably not gonna really sleeve these because I don't think these are gonna get shuffled a lot. As far as how I did the Lenticure cards and the regular cards, I just put them together in tarots. If you do it this way, you only need 7 sleeves. You want to do it, add 6 to that, so 13 if you want to sleeve each card individually. I kept this foam mainly to make sure these don't bounce around. We have our tokens organized. I do like these little Ninja Star tokens. They fit fairly well, but it seems like you're a little short because there's a lot of extra space. And one of the things I noticed is these flavor of humans, the hikers, the hunters, and the researchers, I kind of wish instead of doing a white border, they actually color-coded the outside and left the icon in the center white. It'd be easier to pick up. Everything fits with the dividers. Again, I wish the dividers actually had names on them. It's a little tight. And the rules say shuffle all the expansion events in here, but they're really not going to fit. I did forget to check the bottom to see if there was actually any secrets in here. There are no secrets in here. And as far as these giant chunky meeples, they're kind of nice. They didn't have to do a little window cutout, but they don't really have a good spot to be stored. They're just kind of there. I'll take it. It's not a big deal. But everything fits well. I think that's good. I guess I could put that there, but I think I'd rather have the foam keep everything down just because wood will dent cards. And I sleeve almost every card game I have. It's not because of a resale thing, it's just I like to keep things in nice condition. And if you play games a lot, they start feeling human. So far, everything fits. I am very happy with that. Much better than Casting Shadows. Command of Nature is a really good one where everything fits in the box really well. As far as the Cryptid Culture, same system. We don't have the foam pushing down on these tokens, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. I think it's pretty strict up there. As far as this, it seems like a lot of wasted space in the design. We're going to have 2 tarot cards, or 4 if you want to sleeve them all. I forgot to mention that all sleeves together, it's 211 Gamegenic gray sleeves. The dividers on this is a little bit wonkier just because you're laying the cards down, but everything does fit. The little recess cut holds the 4 new hidden trait cards. Tells me to put all the stuff together with the expansions if you're doing anything, but I don't think that's a good idea. Mainly because a lot of the cult interaction cards just don't make sense. And again, nothing special. No secrets. But it's an interesting premises on a game. It's basically hide and seek and move around people to get them to basically trigger your trap card. And there's only going to be one location revealed within 5 rounds. One of the things I noticed while skimming through the rules just to double check something, your event deck, I don't think there's any reason not to have just 5 event cards out for the deck because the game's only 5 turns. I didn't see anything that said shuffle event decks or manipulate the event decks because there's no actual way to track what turn you're on. The game has 4 phases but 5 turns, and everyone's going to get 3 actions during those 4 phases. Something like that. Once I play the game, I'll do the review and first impressions on that and tell you how it really works, but so far it's just me skimming the notes. The premise of having a cryptid game where you're hiding, but you're not hiding, you're kind of luring stuff and moving things around. It seems very chaotic, very standard of Unstable Games nature in general. That's how they like their games. I think it's actually going to be a very interesting experience. The game's art can be a little bit disturbing for younger audiences. And I say that because I don't know your kids. You're their parents, you should know. But like the Chupacabra is definitely eating people, so yeah, that might not be appropriate, I don't know. But the cartoony violence that Unstable Games likes using in their stuff, this one is, it shows blood. Unlike Casting Shadows and Command of Nature, they don't really show any of that. That's just more like Pokemon battles. This might be a little bit more closer to the Unstable Unicorn card game. There's some funny puns and there's some funny stuff in there, but there's also some stuff that might be questionable in taste. But as always, let me know what you think of this. If you guys don't want it, I'll just keep it in my game. But it is up for grabs for a 2025 giveaway if you tell me you want it. Well, that's been the unboxing of Twisted Cryptids with the Cryptid Culture expansion, the Nostalgic Wilderness board. If you like what I do, please subscribe. Leave comments. I try to respond to stuff, and I know I'm pretty bad at it, but, you know, I'm busy. Other than that, take care of yourselves, and GG's.